the most important part, which is how to control your target. We will talk now about the target and how to make sure that we can cover it. First, we will talk in general, and then we will go more specific to each department and zone and see how we can control it. I said how we can, not how we will. Why? Always there are certain circumstances that can be out of our hands. But here we are putting the basics that we will need to start following to make sure that it will be achieved. Controlling the target means making sure the target is achieved. But normally, the customer, he is the one controlling our target. If you have traffic, means you have revenue. But if you do not have high traffic, this means the revenue will go down. Here we need to start a new way, which I think it will be the first time to be implemented, and it will be how we will control the target, not the customer. Because as I said, normally the customer is the one controlling the target. So here we will try to find a way how we can be the one to control the target, not the customer. What you will be doing is as follows. Sure, after the training, within a couple of days, the training material will be ready in the library upstairs if anyone wants to use it. All what you need is to make your plan as follows. Make a daily plan for every 2 hours traffic to see which hours have low traffic and which hours have the high traffic. This can be done easily through the system that we have to double check our revenues, how it's going every 2 hours. According to your view for the flow of the customers, you will start distributing your target, the target of the day, accordingly every 2 hours. Once operation starts, you will need to check your target every 2 hours. If target achieved in the first 2 hours, good, go ahead for the next 2 hours. If the target not achieved in the first 2 hours, this means I have a running total, which is a certain negative number. My target for the 2 hours was 10 KD, I got only 8, this means I have 2 negative. If I will keep it as it is and continue the day without pre-planning, this means every 2 hours I might get another negative, another negative, another negative. By the end of the day, it will collect a huge number. So, what I need after the first 2 hours, if I find a certain negative in my revenue, I need to add it to the target of the next 2 hours. And I will need to start making competitions and promotions and concentrate on the next 2 hours because it is above the target that I have to achieve. But the most important is to make competitions and promotions with a pre-plan, not just spreading competitions and promotions all day, and then I do not know how much came out of these competitions and promotions. Is my target achieved or no? What is happening actually? By the end of the day, I'm shocked. Today we lost 500. Today I lost 300, 1,000, 5,000. So I am not following up with what is going on during the day. Any competition or promotion I will be doing should have a target of a certain revenue to be achieved. And we will go now into more details on how to plan it, especially per department. Why? Each department and each zone have totally a new concept in how to control its own target. So, now let's go more specific per department. We will start with redemption. Redemption, we have taken the sample of the revenue of redemption on February 6, 2016, which was Saturday. So let's see how the target was every 2 hours and how the revenue was achieved every 2 hours. Then we will see how we can make plans. If today is that day especially, how we can make plans to make sure that redemption today will cover the target. As per the schedule that we can see that 11 to 1, because we opened 11 on Saturday. The target was 91 KT. What redemption achieved in these 2 hours was 113.150, which means plus 21 KT. Perfect. The first 2 hours went very smooth and very good. But 3 p.m., there was a loss of 215.626. I did not add this one or subtract it from the target. No, I said better for whatever coincidence later, as if I am opening at 1. Let's forget about the 21, and the actual target I need to achieve from 1 to 3 is 395.226. This was the target of the day for redemption on that day. And this was what was achieved. And this was the actual loss which happened that day, 278.54. So, I cannot wait till end of the day to be shocked that I have the red color. So here, I have to start making my plans once I see a red color. 1 to 3 p.m., I discovered there is 215.626. But starting 3 p.m., you already have a plan because you have a loss of 215, and the target 3 to 5 is 490.335, which give you a total of 705.961. 705.961 KD. So this will be your target for the period from 3 to 5 that you have to achieve, not the 490 because you have a loss. How we can achieve it? Here will be the decision of the marshal of redemption. The decision will be, supposed to be, to choose attractive promotional items to make competitions. This is number 1. To prepare the exact scenario, what your staff needs to say to the customers. In less than 5 minutes, you have to make your own calculations on what competitions you have to make and on which machines, and what will be the estimated revenue out of these competitions. You have also to take a very important decision: delay any break for any staff in your department during these 2 hours, so that you can be sure that you have all the team in these 2 hours. Why? You need to think, today is Saturday, 3 to 5 is the most important period in the day because it is the highest in traffic. Even if you have low traffic, if you will not get the target from these 2 hours, forget about the rest of the day. It's gone. So, you have to take a decision, no break from 3 to 5. Then, you have to make a crisis meeting. Because for me, this number, 215, is a crisis. So, you have to make a crisis meeting because this really is considered as a crisis. If you will not cover it in the next 2 hours, plus the target, which is 705, you will find a very huge running total at the end of the day. Make a 1-minute briefing with your staff, or just pass by them and tell them the actual situation. But the most important in the meeting to be you and the marshal. Then pass by your staff, tell them the situation, how it is. Distribute your stuff among the redemption machines, especially the new ones. Get the portable speaker with the microphone and USB with music. Play music in your redemption area, and one of your staff will start to announce for the customers that there is 2 happy hours and lot of gifts in the next 2 hours. As you can see here, this is part of the competitions you are doing in redemption. Winner in redemption in 30 KD and up promo with 35 KD worth of swipes. 35 KD worth of swipes, which means 35 KD was spent from this kid, and what she got, 8 giga flash, which is almost 750 fils. But she spent 35 KD. Here, winner in redemption in 30 KD and up promo with 41 KD worth of swipes, which means 41 KD. I believe since 5 days there was one who spent 174 KD, which is cash, not bonus, in the redemption in just a couple of hours. So, it is very good, but the problem, there is no calculations. So, how you will make your calculation? Now, I will give you different options. You need 7 customers for the 30 KD and up promo, which is minimum 30 KD to be spent, which will give you 210 KD. Okay? You will make a competition on space gold, for example, space golds. Who will get the 500 points? If you will get 4 customers, which is very easy for the redemption to make, by 1 KD, by 30 try almost, which happened, or which is already happening always. I'm not getting these numbers from the air, I'm getting it from the group chat, from the actual numbers you are saying and the actual amounts which is spent. But you are not calculating. So here is 410. Spaceboard, 4 customers by 1 KD by 30 equal 120. Competition on Kung Fu Panda, 4 customers by 1 KD by 30 equal 120 KD. competition on full tilt or fishbowl frenzy, again 4 by 1 kg by 30 equal 120. Normal customers playing, because you will not only concentrate on competitions, there are some customers playing in other games. But you need to monitor and to encourage them to replay. So you need one staff to be touring around the machines for those who are normally playing in the other machines to encourage them to play. You need minimum 150 kg. We are talking about 2 full hours, not 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Till now, you have total of 720 out of the 705 which needs to be achieved. The point is, the 30 kg that each customer will spend, if you plan it, it will happen. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are only talking about 4 machines that you will concentrate on in making competitions. And 1 touring around for the customers to replay. It is not a must that you will do it. No, I'm giving you an example on how to prepare for the crisis you are facing in the next 2 hours. Each one of the staff should have a small paper to note down each swipe the customer is doing, like in fishbowl frenzy, like in spaceballs, like the one touring around. Just estimate it. And not important to write numbers. He can do like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Sure, not important to get the 30 swipes from one customer, but the most important is each machine from the 4, you need 120 swipe. 120 swipe. It can be done, as I saw before, from one customer, 174. Here I'm talking about 4 customers. The touring around stuff, to make sure, as per your calculations, he can get 120 kg in the next 2 hours. He notes down the swipes in each machine so that you can monitor the revenue. Since we are talking about Saturday, so sure, the period 3 to 5 is the most peak time. If you will not use it, you will lose the rest of the day. So, as we can see, in here, if we cover the amount from 3 to 5, this means the rest of the day, as you can see, it can go a little bit smooth, because if you will find another 2 hours with a red color, you need again to make your crisis meeting. This is our business. We cannot let in my department just the day to go on and then calculate how much was my revenue, but not to spend the full day in the office looking for my revenue, how it is. You need to use your people again to monitor so that it can be more easier for you in calculating. Now, the other point, you will never do it every day. You will choose one day in the week to make your weekly plan, or your monthly plan, or every 2 weeks. But do not choose like Thursday to sit in the office to make it. One day, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, at the beginning of operation, just 1 hour, you will put a percentage, and accordingly, your revenue will be distributed among the day. You will say, for example, 3 to 5 is like 30% from the revenue, 40%, 25. Here is like 5%. Distribute. Here is 100. Any number you will put as a total, it will be distributed automatically in the rest of the schedule. That's why later we will be doing, and this is very important, another training in Office, which will include PowerPoint and Excel for those who needs more training in making equations in Excel and so on. But till then, you can use John, but do not use him so much because he had his own job for the cash room. He can create for you the percentages. And for you, you will just go ahead for the rest of the time. So, 5 p.m., you will make a meeting, and you will see the results, how it was, and now I can tell you, good luck. Let's see merchandise. I will not talk about merchandise because exactly what I said in redemption will be exactly the same as in merchandise. It is exactly the same. No difference. As what was done, crisis meeting, controlling the every 2 hours, how much running total I have, add it to the next 2 hours, create competitions, get promotional items, and then go ahead and start. For example, Renalin is making a lot of competitions on Mega Stacker. But do you know, like in 1 hour, how many swipes happen? No. You are just doing, and then later on, you are sending, like in the group chat, how many swipes he made, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have a score paper just to count, which means actual KDs that enter. Here, you need to do it every 2 hours in order to control it. Because if you can see here, on the same day, merchandise lost 4 KD, 47 KD, 47 KD. There was some plus that, again, the end of the day, it was a 54 KD minus. Which means, if I waited, I will lose. If not, I would at least, if I will not achieve the target, at least it wouldn't have been 54, it would have been 10, 5, 15 maximum. Top blow. Top blow maybe have totally a different concept than merchandise and redemption, so we will talk more, concentrate on what we can do in top blow. Top blow has totally a different concept that needs a very sensitive and very creative thinking. Take these 2 words in mind. Very sensitive and very creative thinking. As seen in the schedule, every 2 hours there was a negative, negative, negative. Only 7 to 9 plus, negative, a big negative. End of the month, a huge negative. 2,000, 1,000, blah, blah, blah. Because this is almost what is happening every day. Now, how to solve the problem? 1 p.m., you found a negative of 11.778 kT. This was the result of the first 2 hours, right? Right? Right. I cannot hear, right? Right. Okay. 11.778 kT. This was the loss in the first 2 hours from 11 to 1. Your target in the next 2 hours is 124.923, plus the difference from the past 2 hours, which will give you a total of 136.701 kT. You have to achieve from 1 to 3. This is your target, not anymore 1 to 4. You need to achieve 136.701. Saturday, from 1 to 3, it is impossible to fill the 8 seats in top blow. No way. So what is happening? The person who are talking in top blow is just losing all his power in getting the 8 seats to be filled. And most of the time it's not filled. So top blow is losing, right? Right. You will concentrate on 3 and 4 and 5 players only. 3 players, 4 players, 5 players. I will give you the most worst scenario, which is 3 players. Forget about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You will concentrate only on the 3 players. Get small promotional items from what we have and add them to the gift you are giving the 3 players in your top blow. During the 2 hours, you need to achieve the target as follows. You have this number. You will work only on 3 players. So, 3 players, you need 51 times for the 3. But again, the 3 can play 2 and 3 times, but you need 51 times. Multiplied by 0.900 fills, 900 fills, which will equal 167.700. Sure, one of your staff needs to know the number of times. And this is the minimum, which is 3 players, which is very easy to get it on Saturday from 1 to 3. The most important is to get the 51. Maybe you will not get it, but at least you have a plan B, not to concentrate anymore because Infinity is empty, not anymore on the 8 players, just on the 3, and you will show the customer you have this toy plus this gift if only 3 will play, which means father, mother, kid, 2 nannies and kid, 2 kids and 1 nanny, 3 kids together. It's very easy to catch them and let them play, much easier than the 8. So in 120 minutes, it means, if 51, it means almost every 2 minutes or every 1 minute you are getting the 3 to be filled, which may be a little bit difficult, but it will achieve the revenue that you were not expecting. Step 2. As we can see, on that day, that 2 was lucky, that it was plus 23. But again, you have to monitor the hourly target to be sure by the end of the day that you will achieve. In case, for the tattoo, here you need, that's why I said it needs a sensitive thinking. The target of the tattoo is always low, not that high. Even 9 to 10 is 695 fills. So, never do it every 2 hours for the tattoo, but every 4 hours. So, you will gather each 4 hours together to see how much is your target, how much you need to achieve. So starting 3 p.m., you need to rearrange your plans, otherwise, end of the day, you will find a negative. So, if you will feel tattoo needs a push, again, promotional items. No one will tell you no, because you will be achieving the target. So, this was just a quick idea about the tattoo. It should never be every 2 hours, every 4 hours, and start monitoring how you are going on every 4 hours. Now, let's see cash rule. Infinity on Saturday, February 6, lost 708 KT, which is a small number. And again, all what I'm saying is just calculations. You need to make your own calculations, but I'm just giving you a way how you can control your revenue. So, cash room is considered the first and the main department for getting the revenue in Infinity. On the slide, we can see on the first 2 hours passed with a plus 114. From 1 to 3, here started the problem, negative 394, and you have already a target from 3 to 5, which is 2,115 plus what you lost, so your target now, and I will give you an option to remove the plus, because you have here a plus. So, this one, which is a loss, plus this one, minus 114, will give you 2395. 2395.770 kd needs to be achieved from 3 to 5. Now, how you can cover it? From this number, we can see that 3 to 5 again is the most important period, which have the highest traffic, especially on Saturday. Whether the traffic of the day is high or low, but these 2 hours is considered where we can find people are coming and coming. You need to take decisions. Decision 1, delay any break from the period 3 to 5 p.m. to be sure that you have all your cashiers there. Get promotional items, because here, again, it needs a very sensitive decision. Get promotional items for the 30 and for the 75, not only for the 75. No, you need again to start promoting from the lower, which is the 30 kd. If you have already 3 cashiers sitting, so you will make your calculations upon the following. Minimum, each cashier almost needs to achieve 800 kd in these 2 hours. This means each one needs to make 27 from the 30 kd package. Or all of them, 27 by 30 kd, this is the total. Meaning each cashier to make 800 in these 2 hours. This means 27 by 30 or 75 by 11, sure, which is impossible. Minimum 12 by 30 kd, which is equal 360 plus 440 as recharge. So I have here created some options. Now, these 2 hours, what is needed from the marshal is to be on the top head of all cashiers for the full 2 hours. Needs also either the marshal or one of the cashiers, if all of them is there, maybe start talking to be front of the counter, out the counter, talking to the customers coming about the 200 kd. Let the customers feel there is something new in these 2 hours. Someone is standing outside and talking to them about the 200. Revise every couple of minutes the revenue of each cashier, approximately how much. And they can easily have a small paper or long paper like this beside her. She will just put numbers. No need to go back to Intercar to check. So just each one will write like a schedule. 75, 30, and recharge. She will put just numbers and amounts. And asking each one to write on a special paper, as I said, how many 30, how many 75, and how much amounts as recharge. According to that, you need to make your plan and increase your promotions if needed. It will not be a problem to increase your promotions during these 2 hours because it's very critical for the full place that you have a huge amount that needs to be covered in 120 minutes, which is 2395. So, if Infinity will lose this amount in these 2 hours, make sure it will be very hard later, especially that the pluses will be eaten by the big minus, which was during the 3 to 5 p.m. So, I have to think, I have to put a plan, I have to increase my promotion, I have to get some promotional items instead of the 75 used for both packages, and start talking about the 200. Maybe it will come, put each cashier how much he needs to achieve. Every couple of minutes we need to see how much is missing, push them more to make more. Now, there will be a test, but this test will not be a written or oral test. But for the next 3 months, which is starting today, and for the next 90 days, the actual test will be how our revenue will be going when each one of you will make your own plan in your department, how will be your every 2 hours or every 4 hours target. And I will need a weekly report every Sunday, the actual plans you did every day, and what was the revenues achieved, and how much it was achieved, and how much promotional items you gave away, either in your department or in your zone. Now, let's go to rides and attractions. Here we did not talk about revenues because I will talk in general about the plan, how it should be. The target for rides and attractions, which is the big rides, was 2,935.89 on that day, which is Saturday 6. If distributing it among the day, this was the target that needs to be achieved every 2 hours. So, how you will control your target on that day? You have big rides, and you have a certain revenue that you have to achieve, and mostly your target is number of swipes, because most of the big rides, or all of them, accepts both. So, this target is for the 8 major rides or 10 major rides, not for one ride only. Also, you can see the schedule. Here you have the every 2 hours target as per Saturday, how much can be the traffic. Per ride, you still have the target for each one that you will need to distribute. As we did for other departments, it will be the same for the rides. Video games, table games, and kiddie rides. Inform your staff before operations about their daily target and every 2 hours target that they need to achieve. Ask them to note down, even on their hand, the number of swipes. It can be a small paper and just approximately or whatever, how much they have as number of swipes. And we can, if you want, we can buy, there is a counter, a small one counter, but a small one which is on the finger, where you can put on one finger with a plastic, it's locked, and you will just add with his fingers accounted. It's not a one to hold. It's already stuck in the finger. So, until we get it, because this will not be expensive, so we can get it so easily from petty cash, but until we get it, we can use the paper. So, per ride, you need to tell them how much each ride needs to achieve in the day and how much they need to achieve every 2 hours. As we did for the other departments, we will be doing here. Ask them to note, as I said, the number of swipes. 1 p.m. you will need to collect, or just with the calculator you will pass by and to see the achieved number of swipes and see the difference if positive or negative. If negative, so the loss of the target of the 2 hours, you need to add it to the target of the next 2 hours, and you will need to make a very quick crisis meeting with your 2 assistants. Prepare promotional items. Make your plan. Where is the drop in my department in the past 2 hours and how I need to achieve it. And make your plans for the promotions that you will be doing on how you will cover the target, but concentrate on the rides that you have a loss. As you can see in here, because I'm not saying something coming out of space. 19 swipes in the roller coaster got earphones. 19 swipes means 33 kd was spent by this lady in the roller coaster, and she got earphones. The earphones was like 400 fils. This was, I think, since 1 week or 10 days. 9 swipes by 4 kd, which was in Adventure Village, 36 kd. So, here, I'm talking about something actual we are doing on floor that we started maybe since 1 year in doing. But the most important is the calculation. How many swipes you need to be done here? How many swipes? This is the job of the marshal and the assistant marshal. To take a quick decision, pass by the crew, give orders, go back, monitor during the 2 hours, especially the 2 hours where you had a loss. And then we will go now and see other department. Anyway, regarding rides, the most important is to use your mind. Because if you will not achieve the target, it is better to stay at home. If you will not use your mind, not achieve the target, there is a difference. Use your mind, and this is for everyone sure. Use your mind, because if you will not use your mind, so better to stay at home. Now, F&B. F&B, we did not put revenues, but we put targets. Again, for Saturday, February 6th. Same like the others, you need to distribute. This was F&B Infinity, F&B Ballroom on that day. You need to distribute your target and make sure about your every 2 hours revenue, how it's going on. Every 2 hours, you need to get the revenue and see the result. If positive, go ahead with the next 2 hours. If negative, add the loss of these 2 hours to the target of the next 2 hours and make the crisis meeting with your assistant. This is very important. See what the items you have in F&B in the zone that lost, that you can promote in the next 2 hours to achieve the target. For example, corn grits. Corn grits is 500 fils, which is half kd. Put a target for Infinity or for the boardroom, how many corn grits you can sell in the next 2 hours to achieve the target. Take one of the other items like a special meal and take promotional items. If you buy 1 cheeseburger plus corn grits, you will get this item as promotional item as a gift. This means minimum you have from each receipt like 1 kg something. The same like what we started since a couple of weeks. Buy 5 corn grits in one receipt, you will get a free face painting. And I can see every couple of days people are buying 5 corn grits, which is 2.5 kg, in one receipt in order for the kid to have a small face painting on his face. So, F&B is the very and most easy department that can have a very high revenue. But needs people that knows how to sell. And this will be the mission of the marshal and assistant marshal, to push their people to sell and to tell them their every 2 hours target and what they need to create as packages. Give them immediately. Now it's 3 p.m. We need to achieve 106 plus 14, which we lost, for example. So we need minimum in infinity to sell this item, which is cheeseburger plus corn grit. You will get this promotional item promoted, and you need to pass by. This is very critical 2 hours for you, and because later on you still have targets, so you need to close your target now. Try to change. Be professional. Sit with your people and ask them to upsell. Make plan. Monitor the plan. Congratulations. Here I can tell you that you achieved the target if you will follow what I said here. If not, so decide. Okay? The most important now. If not, so you decide, or better, to commit suicide. Now, all what I need, the main reason of this training, I'm not complaining about anyone. No, we are trying to find new ways on how we can create new ideas, but not to create just the idea and throw it, like making 30 kg promotion, making here 5 core grids. Where is the monitor of the every 2 hours? Where I'm standing now? How much I still need for the next 2 hours and so on. Make sure, if you will follow the plan in F&B, I will tell you done, F&B equal very high revenue, people never stop eating. In general, really, people will never stop eating. So it's our chance, F&B especially, because when I was talking to some people abroad about F&B in our zones, and sometimes we are losing, they are saying they created F&B in their zones and their areas because they know that F&B normally gets 300% from the target they are doing. It's very fast and very easy in getting revenues. So what we need starting today is to start making our plans on how to cover the revenue. Freeze Club. Freeze Club on Saturday, February 6, 2016. This was the situation. Sure, we will forget from 11 to 1 because Freeze Club opens at 1 on Saturday. So, Freeze Club from 1 to 3 lost 23 kg. And again, I'm saying Freeze Club has totally different way. You cannot compare to the other departments because it depends only on teenagers. And teenagers mainly, they need a challenge to get the money out of their pocket. They will never pay it by themselves. You need to give them a challenge in order to let them pay. So, we need to make 2 things in Freeze Club. You need to make your normal calculations for the revenue. As seen in this slide, that from 1 to 3, there was a loss of 23 kg. The target from 3 to 5 is 299. Plus the running total 23 will give me a target of 3 to 2.479 that I have to achieve from 3 to 5. Here you have to do the following. A very quick crisis meeting with your assistant about the situation and the revenue that you need to achieve in the next 2 hours. Get promotional items and start working on the 25 kg and the 50, but concentrate more on the 25. Forget about the 50. Sure, you will upsell it, but just concentrate on the 25 and get promotional items for the 25. But here you have a reason why I need to get promotional items, because sometimes Harry is coming, I need for the 25, I'm telling him no, it's only for the 50. But if you will come to me, or later on Oliver, starting March, will come to me and inform me that in these 2 hours I need to achieve so and so because I have a revenue loss of so and so from 1 to 3, I need to promote the 25, I will never tell him no, take whatever you need. Here you have to do a following. As I said, get promotional items after the crisis meeting. You need to have a list of competitions that you need to make in the next 2 hours, including the forecasted revenues that you need to achieve. And also, you are having in Freeze Club brand new machines that really you can promote. Your target from 3 to 5 is to make 6 by 25 kg package, which is 150. Not important to be the 6, can be less than 1 by 50 or whatever. So here you need 6 by 25. At least you are having a target in your mind. Once you make the first 25, I need 5, I need 4, I need 3. So here started the countdown. Not just I'm working and leaving the day to go on. No, I have to concentrate in the next 2 hours to get 6 by 25, which is 150 kg, and minimum 1 by 50, which is 50. So you have list of competitions should get minimum of 60. And some promotions you can make on the new machines can get 35. I'm just giving you alternatives. I'm not telling you that you have to do it. And sometimes not a must to be done. Thank you so much, Mike. And sometimes it's not essential to be done, but at least you tried. You tried with a plan, not just trying. The most important is a plan. So, if you will be able to do this, plus the 30 that we said from normal reloading or loading for billiard, other games, and PlayStation, you can get out of it like 30. So here, we can say you will be able to achieve 3 to 5. The most important in Freeze Club, some points which I'm considering has to be in the marshal and the assistant marshal. Responsibility, sense, feeling, quick action, ready plans for any crisis in revenue loss, especially in Freeze Club, very quick calculations, and the most important is the monitoring. Monitoring of what I'm achieving. If you will do that, make sure you will never lose. At least you